everyone. Today in maths we are going to look at number patterns that involve fractions and that also involve decimals. So first we're going to look at fraction patterns. So these are any sort of number pattern that involves a fraction, and we are looking at counting on from a fraction. So I have this problem here. I have the rule for my number pattern and I have my number pattern that has started, but we have a few missing terms in our pattern that we need to solve. I'm going to look at first our rule. Our rule is count on by 2 quarters. I'm going to underline that 2 quarters. That's very important to know that we're not going up by 1 quarter, we're going up by 2 quarters each time. Let's have a look at our number pattern. We are starting at 0, that is our first term. 0, 2 quarters, 4 quarters, and then we have our 2 unknown numbers. In this number pattern, when we go from our first term to our second term, we are adding 2 quarters. When we move from our second term to our third term, we are adding 2 quarters. And it is the same when we go from our third to our fourth term and from our fourth term to our fifth term. It is important to remember that our rule never changes. It is the same for every term. If I'm on my 100th term, it is still adding 2 quarters. What can help us with our fraction patterns is drawing a number line. I've drawn this number line down the bottom here, going from 0 wholes to 2 wholes. And in between, I've written each of my quarters. And you can see that I've written them as an improper fraction to help us out. So here we can start. This is our first term, 0 wholes. We jump to 2 quarters. And then we jump another 2 quarters to get to 4 quarters. Can you see how we're missing every second quarter? So it's definitely a great idea to draw yourself a number line. It can really help visualize your number pattern. If we are looking for our next term, I then have to jump on our number line another 2 quarters to give me 6 quarters. So we can add that to our number pattern. 6 quarters, and we're going to jump another 2 quarters to give us 8 quarters. And there you go, I've finished off my number pattern. Now we're going to have a look at decimal patterns. So this is the same as fraction patterns or number patterns, but it involves decimals. So let's have a look first at the rule. The rule for this pattern is to count on by 0.3. Our pattern looks like this. It starts at 0.3, 0.6, 0.9, and then our 2 unknown numbers that we need to solve. Now the same with our fraction patterns. It's best if you draw a number line to help you visualize the pattern. So let's draw it out. So our first term is 0.3. So we start here and then we increase our pattern by 0.3. So we add 0.3 to get from our first term to our second term. So let's draw that on our number line, just like that. From our second term to our third term, we add 0.3. Let's jump again on our number line. From our third term to our fourth term, we also add 0.3. So let's have a look where this will take us. Another jump of 0.3 to 1.2. So we can add that in our number pattern, 1.2. And we have one more jump to make on our number line. We have to add another 0.3 to get from our fourth term to our fifth term. Let's have a look. So 1.2, jump, another 0.3 to give us 1.5. Just like that, and we have solved this number pattern. This is what your questions will look like in your activity today. If you need to draw a number line, that's a great idea to help you visualize your pattern. Good luck, everybody.